Darling one, thank you for coming back here for the 8th episode of the Soul Sharing series. It's so lovely to be able to open my heart and share with you my story of really giving myself permission to be seen in the truth of who I was 2 years ago, coming out of the closet, releasing my own self-published book, and revealing myself as a heart healer, and from that point being fully booked with the most delicious, ideal clients that refer me to their nearest and dearest. It has been absolutely mind-blowing that for 6 years I had a previous business and worked really, really hard. I think there's something really magical about giving ourselves permission to show up in our truth. That I was an amazing life coach. I could help people overcome binge eating disorders that they had had for life, as long as they could remember. But I wasn't really doing that. I was helping them to heal the emotional pain beneath their eating disorder, and that's what I allowed myself to confess as I came out as a heart healer, that my high sensitivity and my capacity to discern the emotional pain in others makes me an expert guide for self-healing, that people can not be alone in some of the most challenging experiences of their past, and that I can hold their hand and be right there, guiding them to reclaim their truth and come home to the fullness of their own power and their full presence. So it has been mind-blowing what I have been blessed to experience in my own business, revealing more of who I really am. And in this episode, I want to talk a little bit about how we have blamed our gifts for some of the pain of our past. And what am I talking about here? Right now I'm working with a lot of awakening psychics. My clients are always empathic, the capacity to read thought, emotion, and soul level information. Also very, very attuned intuitives who can perceive energy in people and places, and you know, the gentle gifted hearts are who I love and adore, and who I'm here to serve. And what's so interesting is that our sacred gifts were often not recognized. If you were raised by, say, shall we call them muggles? If you were raised by a muggle who was not aware of their gifts, what I know and believe today is that we are all spiritually gifted. Some of us have an awareness of that, some of us don't. Some of us have an awareness and have developed those gifts. Some of us have an awareness and have developed the gifts, and we love and allow those gifts to actually guide ourselves every day. And that's what I do. I love using my clairsentience to tune in and navigate my day, and to use my psychic gifts to truly understand people and to be able to offer them love and compassion, knowing the truth of who they are. And what I also know is that as a child I knew information that I wasn't meant to know, and that meant I was scolded, or I was chastised, or I was told off because I shouldn't have known some of the information that I know. Now, what I know is that when we're truly aligned in our business, there's actually space for our sacred soul gifts to come through to bless our clients. The difficulty with this is that many of us actually have spiritual wounding around blaming some of our gifts for some of our past pain, whether that was pain around being ostracized, or being abandoned, or criticized, or neglected. If you have experienced anything like that, and there's that sneaky suggestion that if you weren't psychic then that wouldn't have happened for you, or if you weren't intuitive, or if you couldn't see people's auras, or you didn't find out that an adult near you when you were little was lying, it's very, very common to actually blame our gifts for some of our past pain. And I guess I want to be here and just tell you that I know how that feels. I don't know exactly what you've been through or what happened for you, but I guess I just want to relay my own experience of blaming my own gifts and actually ignoring them and stuffing them down purposefully, because I did not accept them or like them. I did not want to have anything to do with those gifts because I blamed them for some of the pain that I had experienced. Now, if you're experiencing something like this, it's just so important to be able to allow healing into those delicate spaces. So important to allow ourselves now to reflect and revise and allow healing truth to wash into those areas. And remember, am I telling myself the truth? Is that the truth that my gifts were to blame for some of my pain? And the reason why this is so important to actually allow ourselves to reflect on is that your gifts are needed by your clients. I believe the whole world is going through such a major spiritual awakening right now. Many people are awakening to their gifts, and they're very frightened. They're very scared of the capacities that they have, because we've been taught that we're not actually allowed to do some of the things that we know we can do. So your clients actually really need you and your leadership to show up fully embracing your gifts, to give them permission to do the same. So if I could invite you, darling one, to reflect on anything that you're feeling called to reflect on right now in love, and ask the higher power, those whom you trust and know hear your prayers and intentions, to reveal the truth if your gifts were to blame some of these experiences in the past. I know that we've walked through so much, and I feel for you so deeply for what you have been called to pass through. And I know that we reach a point, there's this divine timeline where the suffering is over, and the time to come forward, embracing your sacred gifts and allowing yourself to be celebrated and thanked and appreciated, can be now. I feel so thankful for the beautiful clients who have received me where I was not received, who have allowed me to serve them and bless them where I was ignored and shunted, that I have had to go through that process of healing those wounds, and for the mistake of blaming my gifts, and fully allowing my gifts to show up in my business to bless myself and my beautiful clients. So I hope you took from this what was right for you to take. My love is with you. I know this is a tender topic, and if you have any questions or anything you want to share, please put it in a comment below. I would love to hear from you, darling. If you found this valuable, if you like me inviting you to heal these very special wounds so that you can emerge more fully in your power and your purpose, if you've liked this episode, please give it a thumbs up. I would really appreciate that. And if you do want to hear more from Empress Lysa about sharing your soul, there's one episode left, and I'm really excited to share it with you. And thank you for being here. My love is with you, darling.